We'll see how it goes. Okay, so you're in a comfortable seat. Really, really, truly find comfort in this seat. So take a moment to check in with your body and actually make any little micro movements, breaths, whatever you need to find comfort that translates into finding stillness. And then let the eyes slide closed. Just be here. Find yourself here. Find yourself here on Sunday. First, just arriving in the physical body, noticing the physical body. This very well may be the first time all day that you've actually given any thought to the fact that you are in a body, yeah? So lengthen the spine a little bit. Feel the sit bones a little bit. Notice the crown of the head floating up towards the sky a little bit. Feel a softness on the face. And then bring the breath in. Take a nice slow inhale, fill all the way up. Open the mouth, exhale. Same thing, slow here. Inhale, fill up. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Before we get into the movement, the motion, just make some time for stillness to arrive in the body, in the breath. Inhale, fill. Exhale, empty. One more time, fill up, inhale, be still. Exhale, empty out. Be soft. Let the eyes really slowly peel their way open, blink open. Come back to your physical surrounding. And then we're just going to crawl our way into tabletop. So walk the hands forward. Walk the knees right underneath the hips. Hands right underneath the shoulders. And look down at your hands. Make sure the fingertips are spread really wide on your mat. Index fingers facing forward. Creases of the elbows wrap forward to face the front of your mat. And then take 3 breaths here. And if those 3 breaths are still, let them be still. If there's movement, allow the movement. Take 3 deep, slow breaths to just find your body, find your breath, introduce your practice. One more breath wherever you are. If there's movement, let there be movement. If there's stillness, let there be stillness, always keeping the breath. And then return on your final exhale to table. Press the hands down, press the tops of the feet down, and then lengthen the spine as long as you can, reaching the crown of the head forward, reaching the sits bones back. Take a full breath in, full breath out through the nose. And then let's just roll through some cows and cats. So inhale, let the belly soften down towards the mat, shoulders roll back, gaze peels up. Exhale, round the spine all the way, arch the spine, look to the belly button, press into the hands. And then inhale back through cow. Belly softens down, shoulders roll back, chest comes through, gaze comes high. Exhale, round back, tilt the tailbone under, arch the back, look to the belly button, press the hands. One more round. Inhale through cow. Exhale, round back through cat. And then let your inhale take you back to table. So we'll be doing some twisting today, so let's take our first twist. Nice, gentle thread the needle. So really gentle, shift the weight over towards the right palm. As you inhale, slide the left hand all the way up to the sky, look up high, look at that left hand as you circle the left wrist. And then switch directions with that circling. Inhale, reach the left hand higher, grow longer. Exhale, thread the needle. Left arm sweeps down through between the right wrist, right knee, landing on the left shoulder, left temple. And then notice that right hand, really make contact with that right hand. Press into it to roll the right shoulder up. Take a breath in and let that breath go. So you can stay here, gently pressing through the right hand or firmly pressing. Or if you want a little more, reach that right arm out long in front of you towards or beyond the front of your mat. You can keep a flat palm or tented fingers to really just reach the right hand far, far, far. Inhale down the right side body. Exhale, slide the right hand back right in front of the face. Inhale, press into the right palm to come all the way back up. Left hand all the way back up to the sky. Look up high, circle that left wrist once more. And then exhale, back to table. Let's rinse that out with one round of cow and cat. Inhale, belly softens down. Gaze shifts high. Exhale, roll the spine in the opposite direction. Look to the belly button, arch the back body. Inhale, back to table. Okay, same thing, other side. So as you inhale, gently shift the weight to the left. Right arm sweeps up high, look up high, pause. Circle the right wrist. Switch directions with that circle. When your next inhale begins, reach higher, get longer, and then exhale, thread the needle. Left arm sweeps down, landing on the right shoulder, right temple. So same thing on this side. Look right at the left hand, press into the left hand, become active here. Maybe you stay, maybe you inhale, reach that left hand towards or beyond the front of the mat, getting nice and long down that left side body from the left fingertips all the way down to the left hip. Inhale. As you exhale, left palm returns right in front of the face. Press into the left palm. Inhale, right hand all the way up high. And exhale, right hand back down under the right shoulder. Table, one round of cow and cat. Inhale, belly softens, gaze comes high. Exhale, round all the way back, cat. Inhale, back to table. Okay, so I said we're going to do hips and we're going to do twists. We just did our first twist, so let's do our first hips. So now we're going to press into everything. Right hand, left knee, but hover the right knee. So the right knee's hovering just an inch off the mat. We're going to stabilize the entire body. So really press down into the hands, press down into the top of the left foot. The only thing moving is going to be the right hip joint. So as you inhale, lift the entire right leg bent up to the side, up to the right. Exhale, hover the right knee off the mat, close it back up. Inhale, right hip opens up. Exhale, hover, gaze down right between the tops of those index fingers. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, hover. I think that was 3. Let's go for 5. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, back down, hover off the mat. Last one, inhale, up. Pause here, take a breath here, stabilize, wrap those elbows forward. The elbow creases forward, press down into the mat, big breath in. Exhale, release. Okay, other side. So this time, same thing with the hands. We're just going to start to press a little bit more into the right knee, right foot, and hover the left knee. As you inhale, hinge open, left knee rises. Exhale, hover. Try to only move that right hip, left hip. Inhale, left hip rises, left knee rises. Exhale, hover. Inhale, rise up on the left side. Exhale, close it back in. 2 more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back down, hover it. And then last one, inhale, bring it up. Pause, inhale. Notice the length of your spine. Notice your breath. Notice your hands pressing down. Exhale, left knee back down. Downward facing dog. Tuck the hip, tuck the toes, send the hips back. Let this transition be really slow. So really press into those hands. Let the knees peel up off the mat as you press your weight back. Lift the hips slow, 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 slow. And then just like the first table we were in, take 3 breaths here to really arrive here. So again, if you need stillness in your first down dog, find stillness. If you need a little motion, maybe pedaling the feet or swaying the hips, go ahead and find that. Allow that. Wherever you are, 3 big, slow breaths. If you're unsure of what's going on in your down dog, take the gaze up to the hands. Make sure those index fingers stay parallel. The rest of the fingers stay really wide. And then soften the chest, soften the gaze. Looking back towards the feet, we want those feet about hips distance apart. Take a big breath in, come up to the tippy toes, really high on the tippy toes so the hips can't possibly get any higher up in the air. And then as you exhale, melt the heels back down towards the mat. Same thing again. Inhale, rise up, tippy toes, tippy toes, tippy toes, hips come high, high, high. Exhale, melt the heels back down. Last one like that. Inhale, rise up to the tippy toes, and then pause. Exhale, start walking the tippy toes in little tiny steps all the way forward to the hands. Little tiny, tiny, tiny steps. Take as many as you can until you're in a forward fold. Front of the mat. Look down at your feet. Make sure they're hips width apart. And be honest with yourself, okay? You can trace the feet all the way right up to the hips. Let the upper body be heavy. Let the head release. If you need a bend in the knees, go ahead and allow a bend in the knees. Who cares, okay? If you want a little bit more downward kind of motion, find ragdoll, taking hold of the opposite elbows and letting that extra kind of weight, even though you didn't add any weight in the upper body, be dragged down towards the mat. Let the crown of the head shine down towards the mat. Maybe add a little motion in the neck, nodding the head yes. And then really gently shaking the head no. Take another breath, inhale. As you exhale, release the hands, the fingertips down to the mat if they were up. Slowly, 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 we're going to rise, roll all the way up to stand, vertebrae by vertebrae, letting the shoulders, the neck, the head be the last pieces to rise up, rolling the shoulders back, stacking everything up. And take a moment here, take a breath here, let the hands come to the heart, take a big breath in. Full breath out. You can even let the eyes close as you take 2 more big slow breaths like that. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale, let it go. And then blink those eyes open, release the hands down by the sides. Here's the game plan. We're gonna do 3 rounds of sun salutation A. We're gonna change it up a little bit. Instead of doing upward facing dog right away, we're going to come into some slow, gentle back bends, and then we'll build up into 1 round of sun salutation B with the full Vinyasa Chaturanga up dog, okay? If you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, we'll be fine. Okay, front of the mat, feet to feet, hips distance apart. Roll those shoulders back, reach the hands down, reach the crown of the head up high. As you breathe in to reach the hands up high, look up high. As you breathe out, fold all the way forward over 2 straight legs. As you inhale, flat back, slide the hands up the shins, lengthen here. Exhale, fold all the way down, plant the hands and step back to a plank. Same exhale, lower the knees, lower the chest all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Hands stay right under the shoulders, and first we'll find cobra pose. So inhale, press into the hands to peel the upper body up. Notice your elbows, tuck them in towards the ribs. Inhale, maybe stay. No, actually just stay. Exhale, pause. Inhale, maybe come a little higher, maybe not. Listen to your body. Exhale, roll your way back down. Inhale, press into table, press your way up. Exhale, hips come back towards the heels. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Just 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, allow the chest to melt back towards the thighs without pushing or pressing. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, breathe in. And let that go. This time, as you inhale, come back up to the tippy toes. As you exhale, deep bend in the knees. Send the hips back, the gaze up towards the thumbs. And then this time, let's just walk the feet up to a forward fold. As you breathe in, flat back. Inhale, hands slide up the shins, flat back. Exhale, fold it back down. Inhale, press into the feet, sweep the arms all the way up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to the heart. All right, same thing. We're just going to change up the back bend part. Inhale, take the hands high, look high. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold down, plant the hands, step back to plank and lower right down. So knees come down, chest comes all the way down, untuck those toes. Send the hands back by the hips, and then inhale, we're going to lift everything up off the mat, locust pose. So arms lift, chest lifts, head lifts, legs lift, and then reach those hands back, rotate the palms down to face the mat, locust pose, inhale. Exhale, land it back down, hands under the shoulders. Inhale, table. Exhale, hips back, toes curl under, hips come high, downward facing dog. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last one, inhale. Let that breath go. As you inhale, come up to the tippy toes. As you exhale, bend the knees, hips back, look forward. This time, step or hop forward to the front of the mat into a fold. Inhale, flat back, slide those hands up the shins. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Inhale, press into the feet to rise. Hands sweep up, look up. Exhale, hands down to the heart. 1 more round, 1 different back bend, okay? Okay, inhale, hands up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold down, plant the hands, step back to plank, and again, come right down. Knees touch down, chest comes all the way down. This time we come into Sphinx pose. So set the elbows under the shoulders and rise up. So we want the forearms parallel, perpendicular, we want the forearms parallel with the elbows, shoulders width apart. Press into those hands, make a little action in your fingertips like you're using the fingertips to draw yourself towards the front of the mat. Inhale here. Interlace the fingertips, exhale. Inhale 1 more time. As you exhale, curl those toes under, come into forearm plank. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, back down to Sphinx. Untuck the toes. Inhale in Sphinx. Exhale, forearm plank. Curl the toes, lift. Inhale here. Exhale, back down to Sphinx. Slower, untuck the toes. Inhale. Last one. Exhale, curl the toes, lift, forearm plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower, untuck the toes. Hands come under the shoulders. Come up to table. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 final breaths in our final sun salutation A. Let your breath be slow. Let your breath be strong. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Here's the transition. Inhale up to the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, hips back, look forward, step, hop, float forward, fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold it back down. Inhale, rise all the way up, hands up, look up. Exhale, hands to the heart, and pause. Let those eyes slide close once more. Take 3 deep, big breaths. Noticing what you notice in this pause, in this stillness. Maybe you're noticing your breath, your body, your day, your surroundings. Try not to judge it, but just become aware of it. Inhale. Exhale. Blink the eyes open, release the hands down by the sides, and look down at your feet. Make sure they're still underneath your hips. Okay, they might have moved around a little bit. It's okay, it's natural. But moving back under the hips if they moved. Shoulders roll back, hands down by the sides. So here comes our sun salutation B. A little bit different. There's a little bit more involved. We're going to add in the chaturanga and add in the up dog if you want. If you'd prefer, you're welcome to continue doing any of those options that we just did, okay? So inhale, sit the hips low, chair pose, arms up high. Exhale, forward fold all the way down, straight legs. Inhale, flat back, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank or chaturanga. Inhale, rise up into your back bend. Maybe it's up dog this time with the knees up. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you breathe in, pause. As you breathe out, step the right foot between the hands, ground the left heel, and then inhale both hands up high, warrior 1. Right away on the exhale, we're coming right back down. Hands frame the right foot, step back to downward facing dog. We're modifying the sun B a little bit. As you inhale, rock forward to plank, shoulders over the wrists. As you exhale, chaturanga or knees down, chest down. If you're in chaturanga, squeeze those elbows in, untuck the toes, inhale into your cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift from the hips up and back. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, this time the left foot steps between the hands. Right heel grounds down, both hands reach up on an inhale, warrior 1, and then right back down on the exhale. Hands plant down, step back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, knees down, chest down, or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. And now we pause. Now we breathe. 3 big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to the foundation. Come back to that slowness. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Here's the transition. Inhale, come up to the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, hips back, look forward, step, hop, float forward, fold to the front. Feet stay hips distance. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the chest, lift the arms back into chair pose. Exhale, stand up, hands down to the heart. Pause, eyes closed down, 3 big slow breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Let it be slow, let it be steady. One more time, inhale. Exhale. All right, blink the eyes open. So you might be like, thank God we're done with sun salutation B. That's how I used to feel about sun salutation B. Kind of still do. Because of chair pose mostly. However, we're going to be using chair pose. So we're not done yet. Front of the mat, feet stay underneath the hips. So in traditional Ashtanga yoga, the feet are together in chair pose and then we sink down. We're just creating a little bit more of a base by taking the feet underneath the hips and then sinking down. If you prefer the feet together, go for it, okay? There's not a huge difference in the body. Okay, so let's do it. Start with the hands at the heart, roll the shoulders back, stand up super tall, inhale. And then as you exhale, sink the hips down, take the hands right to the knees. So kind of brace yourself here first. So this is like easy version chair pose if there's a thing, if that's a thing. As you inhale, we're going to find a C curve in the back. So round the shoulders forward, round the back. And then find the opposite. Start to roll the shoulders back, take the chest through, kind of stick the butt out, right? Sassy butt kind of. And then find the in-between. Find the natural curve of the spine. Nice long spine, like you're growing up through the crown of the head. Keep that, sink a little lower. Keep that, take the hands up high. Press into both sets of feet. You should be able to see your toes. Lift those toes up so you don't put too much weight in them. Spread them out wide and then set the toes down. Take a big breath in here in chair pose. Exhale, take the hands to the heart. Okay, listen close here. We're going to look right, turn the shoulders right. We're not going to make contact yet, okay? We're going to twist, hover the left elbow over the right knee. Don't make contact. Inhale up to center, chair pose. Hands up high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Look right, turn the shoulders right, hover. Don't touch that right elbow to the left thigh. Just hover it over. Feel your core, your obliques working to turn you instead of using the leverage. Inhale, hands up high. Exhale, stand up. Let the hands come down. Take a big breath. Give the legs a little shake. Give the hands a little shake. We're not done. Come back to it. Feet under the hips. Shoulders roll back. Nice, strong, steady foundation. Hands reach down. Crown of the head reaches high. We're going to take it into we're going to find this the same way. So find the lazy chair pose, kind of sink down into it, be like, this isn't so bad, but it's still not great. And then find that exaggerated C shape in the spine. So round the shoulders forward, press the spine back, and in your brain be like, this is not what I'm going to do when I'm in chair pose. And then find the opposite. Roll the shoulders forward, reach the heart forward, reach the butt back. And again, be like, programming, I'm not doing this in chair pose. Find a nice flat, straight spine. It's not necessarily flat because you still have natural curves of the spine. Inhale, hands up high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Look right, shoulders right. Hover to the left elbow over the right thigh. Now connect. Now use that leverage to create a little more length in the spine. Reach the crown of the head away from the hips. Inhale. Exhale, I know. One more breath, inhale. As you exhale, put more weight into the right foot, into the right foot. Come on to the tippy toes of the left foot. On a step, take the left foot to the back of the mat. Right foot forward, left foot back. Open up the chest, breathe in, full breath in. Then exhale, look down to the mat, left hand down to the mat, right hand to the right knee. Yeah, left knee down to the mat. Okay, untuck the back toes. We're going to wiggle this right foot forward just a bit so the right knee stays over the right ankle, and then turn the right foot to a diagonal off the edge of your mat. Okay, you can start using this right hand on the right thigh to press it open if that feels good. You can let the hip sink down a little bit if that feels good. If you're like, nope, then don't do it. Okay, it's okay if you come onto the outside edge of the right foot. If you let the inner edge of the right foot lift, take a breath in and a breath out. If you want more, you have options. You can always lift those left toes up to the sky. If you want a little more, you can take the right hand back to the outside edge of that left foot. Wherever you are, be where you are. Who cares? It's yoga. It's your body. It's your breath. Okay? Inhale, full breath in. If you have the back foot really slow, let it go. Unwind from this twist. Frame the right foot with the hands, so right toes point forward. And then tuck the left toes under. Come into a low lunge here. This right leg is getting a workout, huh? Wiggle the right foot out to the edge of your mat. So the outside edge of your right foot is lined up with the outside edge of the right side edge of your mat. And then ground the left heel. Inhale, rise up, hands up, warrior one. But then take the hands right down to the hips. Let's widen out our stance. So give yourself a little more room in the hips. Broaden the space between your feet from left to right. And then feel that left hip wrapping its way forward. If you're like, well, it's not going very far. First of all, that's okay. Second of all, if you want it to go a little bit further, you can shorten your stride just a bit. Okay? Then the hands come up to the sky and pause. Exhale, sink a little bit more, bringing that right knee right over the right ankle. Think about the nice long spine that we created from chair and put that into this posture. So we're not rounding forward. We're not letting the chest open up too much, but we just have length. Inhale. As you exhale, we're going to sweep the arms down, left arm under right arm, and wrap up into your eagle arms. So if that's unavailable, you can always just hold on to opposite shoulders. Okay, if you're an eagle, take the elbows into the midline and then take the elbows up and forward. Full breath in. Exhale, bow forward, humble warrior with eagle arms. So you can land the right side body on the right thigh if that feels good. If you want a little more strengthener here, you can take the right shoulder to the inside of the right thigh. And then press the feet down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up, warrior one with eagle arms. As you exhale, come onto the ball of the back foot, step forward, warrior three, eagle arms. So lift that back leg parallel to the mat, turn the left toes down to face the ground. And again, think about those elbows reaching forward. Big full breath in, full breath out. As you inhale, we're going to hinge up, stand up, left knee into the chest. As you exhale, full eagle pose. So bend this right knee. We're going to cross the left leg over the right leg. If you'd like, find a kickstand, left toes come down to the mat. If you'd like a little more balance, you can wrap the left toes around the back of the right shin, right ankle. Now notice the arms. Take them up, elbows up in line with the shoulders. Elbows reach forward. Hips sink down. Full breath in, breathe in. Full breath out, breathe out. And then unwind, inhale, fly open, hands high, left knee high. As you exhale, hands to the heart, we're going to bend the right knee. Place the outer left ankle on top of the right thigh. Hands can come to the heart or to the left shin. So now we're getting to the left hip, okay? Big breath in. Exhale, maybe sink a little lower, only if that feels good. Inhale. Exhale. We're gonna fly, we're gonna stay exactly where you are in the right leg. Like you're trying to be really sneaky, undo the left leg, I'm shaking, and step it back to a lunge. Left toes land behind you. Inhale, hands up high. Exhale, hands down, frame that right foot. Take a breath, inhale, look forward. Exhale, vinyasa, plant the hands down, step back to plank. Lower knees down, chest down, or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, up and back. Take a breath. Let it go. As you inhale, come up to the tippy toes. As you exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step up, float forward, fold at the front. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold it all the way back down. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Hands up high, maybe press the hips forward for a little back bend. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Close the eyes, 3 big breaths, pause. What do you notice in the pause? One more breath, really slow, really deep, steady. And then blink those eyes open. We have another round to do. So, you know where we started. You probably dreaded where we started. I did too. But let's do it. Chair pose. Hands come to lazy chair pose. So kind of brace yourself on the thighs. One more time, find the C shape in the back. And then overdo the exaggeration of the opposite. Bring the chest forward, the butt back. And then find your nice, tall spine chair pose. Take the arms into it. Hands come high. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. And hands come down to the heart. Look left, shoulders left. First, hover the right elbow over the left thigh. Then find the connection. Then inhale, reach the spine away from the hips. Exhale, sit the hips a little bit lower. Press into that left foot. Take a big breath in, tippy toes of the right foot. Exhale, right foot steps back into the lunge. Left foot forward, right foot back. Take a big breath in. Take a slow breath out, look down, right hand down to the mat. Left hand to the left thigh, and then creep that left toe forward, 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 or I guess left toes, hopefully you have more than one. Lower the right knee, untuck the right toes. So now we start with the angle. So angle that left foot diagonal off the mat, and you can press that left thigh open to the left. Let the hips sink down a little bit if that feels good. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. If you want more, bend the back leg, toes come up towards the sky. Inhale here. If you want, you can take the left hand back to take hold of the outside of the right foot. Full breath, breathe in. And then on that exhale, really slow, release it back down. Close up the left leg too. So we frame the left foot back into a lunge. And then curl the back toes under, raise the back knee. We're going to start to widen the feet again. So bring the left foot to the left edge of your mat. Ground the right heel. Inhale, warrior one. Hands come right down to the hips. Notice where you landed. So if you want, I like a wider stride. You can find a wider stride. If you're not into it, skip it. The back foot, regardless of the width of the stride, should be about 45 degrees. That's going to help this hip wrap its way forward. And then if you want to come a little bit further forward with that right hip, you can always shorten your stride. Okay, inhale, hands up high, full breath in. Exhale, soften here. One more breath, breathe in. Exhale, right arm under the left arm into eagle arms. So again, same thing. You can always take the hands to the shoulders. If you're an eagle, take those elbows up in line with the shoulders and then like you're bringing them forward. Full breath in. Exhale, humble warrior, bow down. Left side body can land on the left thigh or the left shoulder can come to the inside of the left knee. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, rise all the way back up to warrior one. Keep these eagle arms. As you exhale, lift the back heel and then inhale into warrior three. Right leg rises parallel to the mat. Keep those eagle arms. Full breath in. Flex the back foot. Reach it back while you're reaching the crown of the head forward. So we have a length. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then as you inhale, hinge up, right knee into the chest. Exhale, we'll find eagle pose on this side. So the arms stay. The left knee bends a little bit. The right leg crosses over. You can stay here with floating right toes. You can bring the right toes down for a kickstand or wrap up those legs. Okay? Notice the arms again. Bring those elbows up. Bring the elbows forward. Bring the hips down. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, fly open, right knee up to the chest. Exhale, hands to the heart. Bend that left knee as the outer right ankle lands on the left thigh. So the right knee is bent. Left leg is standing leg. Should be clear, hopefully. Hands to the shin or to the heart. Take a breath. Stay or sit a little lower. And then inhale, rise all the way back up. Reach up. Oh, we did it wrong. Slide right back down. Take a breath in. This is the sneaky transition. So stay bent with that left knee. Slide the right toes back. Ooh, land it. Inhale, hands up high. Get long. Exhale, hands down. Frame the left foot. Take a breath in here in your lunge. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to plank. Lower down, knees down, chest down, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Let this exhale guide you into child's pose. So land the knees down on the mat, untuck the toes, big toes touch, and hinge the hips back towards the heels. Chest melts down, forehead comes down. Just take a few breaths. Arrive here. Let yourself rest here. Notice what you notice here. Take a slow, deep breath in. Take a slow, deep breath out. Start to reach those fingertips forward, lengthening out through the arms, hollowing out through the armpits. Look forward towards the thumbs. Know that we have a little bit more of class and give yourself a pep talk if you need it. Take a breath, inhale. As you exhale, downward facing dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, let's take the right foot all the way up to the sky, bend the right knee and open those hips up. So we're stacking the right hip over the left hip, but keep pressing equally through both hands. One more big breath in as the right knee reaches high. As you exhale, unwind, so neutralize the hips, bring the right knee into the chest, bring the shoulders over the wrists, so we're in a plank-ish pose, and then step the right foot between the hands. We're going to take the right hand to the inside of the right foot and wiggle the right foot over towards the right side of the mat. Bring the left knee down, untuck the left toes. Inhale, come nice and tall with the spine. Stay here if you'd like. We're just finding lizard pose. If you want a little more, if it's available, you can exhale your way down to the forearms. We want to consider keeping the right knee over the right ankle here. So we don't want the right foot too far back. We also don't want it too far forward. If it feels good, you can always let that right knee open up, coming onto the outside edge of the right foot. For today, for me, I'm keeping my foot down. It just feels nice. Okay, take a few breaths. If you still want a little bit more strength, if you want a little more fire, you can curl those left toes under and raise the left knee up. But it's Sunday, so I'm leaving my knee down. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Let that breath go. And then inhale your way back up to the palms if you were on the forearms. And we're just going to start heel toeing this right foot all the way across to the left side of the mat, finding pigeon pose. So both hands stay down. The right foot comes behind the left hand. The right knee lowers behind the right wrist. And then the hips settle their way down. So in traditional, like Ashtanga yoga, the right shin would be parallel to the front edge of the mat. Doesn't have to be, okay? What we want to consider instead is keeping those hips neutral. We don't just want to sink down into the right hip. We don't want to sink down into the left hip. We want to stay nice, long, straight spine. Keep the hips both facing forward. Nice, long, straight back leg. You can even look back and check it out to make sure if you need to. Take a full breath in. And then exhale. If you'd like, come down to the forearms or the chest. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Not too many, but a few. So oftentimes we treat pigeon pose as this really kind of juicy, passive stretch that feels like a big hip opening. And it's a pretty divisive pose. A lot of people either really hate pigeon or really love pigeon. But what if instead of being completely passive, we allow it to be a bit active? So notice your right shin. Actively press your right shin down into the mat. Notice your back foot, your back knee, press those down into the mat. And then imagine you're drawing the two together. So you might feel your hips even lifting up just a little bit. It's okay. But now the legs are working. The legs are strengthening in this pose while they're also stretching. If you're like, I'm not really into that, you don't have to do it. You can totally find the passive pose. Passive is not bad. One more breath. Inhale where you are. Exhale where you are. And then come up to the hands. Pause here. Take a big breath in. Earlier I said we're not just going to sit down onto the right hip, but actually now we are. So roll right onto the right hip and spin the left toes right up to the sky. So we're coming into Janu Sirsasana. I'm going to twist to face you, but you stay the direction you are if you can still see me. So left leg is straight and long. Right knee is bent in. We're finding another little twist here. Okay, so inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist to frame the left leg and fold over it. If this is at all uncomfortable in the low back, you can totally skip this or come straight down the center instead of coming over the leg. Okay, keep those left toes flexing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise it back, up, up, up. And then exhale, take the right hand behind the right thigh. Fingertips point in the opposite direction of the left toes. Inhale, left hand sweeps up. We're just rolling up onto the right shin. So the sole of the foot comes down to the mat. Feel that big side stretch. If you're like, what is happening? We're coming right back down, so it's fine. Sit yourself right back down. And then we're going to frame we're just making our way into downward facing dog, but it's not really a very graceful transition. So the right hand comes by the right hip, left hand comes by the left knee. We're going to tuck the left toes under, like I said, not graceful. And inhale, right leg all the way up to the sky. You can keep that right knee bent and make some nice big circles with that right hip if that feels good. Or if you'd like, you can even flip your dog here. If you're like, what is that? Don't worry. Just do your thing, do your practice, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, right toes land back down to the mat, downward facing dog. Take a breath in down dog. If you want that vinyasa, if you've got a little fire left, go for it. We'll wait for you and take 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale here. Exhale. And now one more time, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. As you inhale, this time, left leg up to the sky. Bend the left knee, open up the hips, sink that right heel, press equally into both hands, reach the left knee high, inhale. Exhale, untwist the hips, take that left knee right into the chest, shoulders over the wrists, land the left foot between the hands. We're going to walk the left foot to the outside, to the left side, left hand to the inside of the left foot, right knee down, right toes untuck. Lizard pose. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Stay or exhale down to the forearms. So same thing on the other side. We want to keep the left knee over the left ankle. Take a big breath. Inhale. If you want a little more, curl those back toes and lift the right knee. Few breaths here. Notice what you're doing with the head. Often people have a tendency to just dump the head down and look back towards the back knee, but that's not really maintaining integrity of the spine. So instead, keep the gaze right down between the 2 thumbs. Take a breath. Exhale. And if you're like, wow, I feel called out, don't worry. I was that person too. Inhale. Exhale. And then back up to the hands. Slow inhale. Here comes one of the 2 funky transitions. So start to wiggle that left foot over to the right side of the mat, setting yourself up for pigeon pose. So left foot comes behind the right wrist, left knee comes behind the left wrist, and then settle the hips. Notice where the hips go on your autopilot. We want to think about dragging that right hip forward so it's in line with the left hip. Hands come down, shoulders come high. Inhale. Then exhale, maybe come down to the forearms or the chest, wherever you're comfortable. And so same thing on this side. If you want to play a little bit with that active engagement, we start to press down through the left shin, really press that left shin into the mat. And then press the back foot, the back knee into the mat. And then think about drawing those 2 towards each other. And same thing. If you're like, no, don't worry. You can just relax. And maybe you're like, I'm not relaxed in pigeon pose. Also okay, just breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Just one more breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. As you inhale, slowly return hands to the mat. As you exhale, this time we're sitting onto the left hip. We're rolling the right toes up to face the sky and bringing the sole of the left foot towards the inner right leg. So left knee is bent, right leg is long. So again, if you have any low back stuff, come straight forward into this fold. If your low back's feeling okay today, frame the right leg with the hands, twist the shoulders so that they're square over the right leg, and then fold your way down, walking the hands towards that right ankle, right foot. Inhale where you are. And exhale. Another one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise it back up. This is the really weird transition. Twist your way to the left. So right hands towards the outside of the right knee, left hand towards the left hip. Plant those hands down. We're going to curl those back toes under and then downward facing dog. Left leg up and back. Keep it bent if you'd like and find a few big hip circles. Maybe you find wild thing. Maybe you're over it. And we'll land in downward facing dog. This is your final opportunity for your final vinyasa. If you'd like it, flow right through. If you'd like it, skip it. If you wouldn't like it. If you're flowing through, we inhale to plank, exhale to lower, inhale to rise, exhale, downward facing dog. Take a final in breath. Inhale, in down dog. As you exhale, find child's pose. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, sink the hips, melt the chest, release the forehead. And know that you made it. You did the work. You survived. Full breath in. Slow breath out. Returning to that steadiness that we created at the beginning of class. that stillness that we cultivated. And then nice and slow, take the hands under the shoulders, press into the hands to rise up into a seat. From this seat, we'll let the hips roll over to one side, extend the legs out long in front of you for staff pose, Dandasana. Plant the hands right under the shoulders, press those hands down into the mat, just like down dog hands, fingertips are wide, index fingers face forward. Full breath in here. And then a really casual forward fold, so just like stroll your hands forward. Wherever they stop, they stop. Take a breath. Let that breath go. Inhale, stroll your way back up out of the fold. Exhale, soles of the feet come to the mat. Take your hips forward so they're about halfway down your mat, just so you have space behind you. We're just going to make our way right down to the back body. Once you arrive here, take a breath here. Arrive, really feel feel the full back body making contact with the mat. Feel what's not making contact with the mat. Don't judge it, but just notice it. Press into the feet, feel the feet. Really gently press into the back of the head, feel that. And then neutralize through the whole body. So we're not actively pressing in any one particular area, but everything is pressing equally. Then transition that neutrality down to the feet. Really press into the feet. And then inhale, lift the hips, bridge pose. You can keep the hands where they are or interlace the fingertips and walk the shoulder blades a little bit closer together while you press the outside edges of those palms down into the mat while the hips are lifting. Full breath in. Big breath out. Another one, inhale. As you exhale, let's come right back down. Land here, pause here, inhale. As you exhale, just like we did when we were standing earlier, we're going to take our right ankle to the right outer ankle to the left thigh and let the right knee fall open to the right. And then lift that left leg right up off the mat. You can stay, or if you want a little more leverage, you can interlace the fingertips behind the left thigh, press the right elbow, that's the body part, into the right elbow, presses into the right thigh. Flex both feet just to keep them both engaged while the left knee starts drawing towards the face. Might not go very far, might not go anywhere. Inhale. Exhale, keep the legs, remove the hands, open the arms up into a big goalpost shape. Full breath in. As you exhale, we're just letting both knees, exactly as they are, fall over to the left. So the sole of the right foot might come down to the mat. It might not. The outside of the left leg will likely come down to the mat. This is just a gentle final twist. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, use the core, use the arms to draw the legs back up. Unwind them, place both soles of the feet back down to the mat. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale. Other side. So we pick up the left leg, left outer ankle crosses on top of the right thigh. Let that left knee fall open to the left. Stay here or lift the right leg. So the right shin is parallel to the mat. Flex both feet. Stay or interlace the hands behind the right thigh. And this time we press the left elbow into the left thigh while the right knee draws towards the face. Take a breath. Let that breath go. Keep the legs, release the arms open into that big goalpost shape. Inhale. Same thing as a unit with the legs, let them fall their way over to the right. So the sole of the left foot might come down to the mat. The outside edge of the right leg comes down to the mat. Take a breath. Let it go. One more time, inhale. Exhale. As you breathe in, rise it back up. Unwind the legs. Take both knees right into the chest. Drop the arms around them. Give yourself a little rock left to right. Feel both sides of the back body as they make contact with the mat at different points. And then find your stillness. Take a breath here in stillness, in softness. And then wrap yourself up even more, finding a nice big compression, maybe holding on to opposite forearms or elbows and squeeze those knees into the chest. Point the toes. As you inhale, lift the head, the neck, the shoulders, make yourself into a tiny little ball. Breathe a final breath in. And then exhale, Shavasana. Let everything release out. Legs out long, arms out long. Walk the shoulder blades down the back body. Let the palms face up, let the feet flop open. And really fully give in, be with that stillness, that softness. Let it spread through your whole body from the crown of your head like it's washing its way all the way down to the toes. I'll be here for just a few minutes. And in the grand scheme of things, just a few minutes is such a small, small part of your full day. So savor this stillness, this sweetness. Invite your full self into this softness, into the stillness. All parts of yourself, the parts you like, the parts you struggle with, they're all welcome here. Inhale, make space. Exhale. Finding a final little body scan, searching out any areas of the body, of even the mind, that you can add a little more softness to, a little more release. Highlight those spaces, add breath to those spaces, and then on your exhales, add softness to those spaces. If you have extra time today and you'd like to stay longer, you're welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like. If you're with me, take a deeper breath in. Open the mouth, let that breath go. Invite some motion back in. Really gentle, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. And then really soft, inhale, sweep those arms up overhead behind you, finding a full body stretch, fingertips down to the toes, get really long, breathe, inhale. As you exhale, take both knees into the chest and make your way over onto the right side body. Pausing here, breathing here, inhale, exhale. And then press your way into the hands to make your way really slow, really sweet up into a seat. And same thing, just how we started. Let the seat be whatever feels good in your body. It doesn't have to look like yoga, feel like yoga. Just let it be your own. Let the hands land wherever they land. Sit up nice and tall, lengthen out that spine, but then again, add the softness. Let the eyes close, take a big breath in, and a full breath out. Again, inhale, nice and tall, fill up. Exhale, let that breath go. We'll find a final breath. Inhale, fill up, lengthen. Pause at the top. Then open the mouth, let it go through the mouth. Bring the hands together to touch in front of the chest in Anjali Mudra or prayer. Find a really gentle tuck of the chin. And we'll find a final sound of Om to close our practice. If you're like, I'm not into that, It's okay. You're on mute. If you'd like to join me, you're welcome to. Okay. So take a final full breath in. Namaste.